Hi, third grade. It's Mrs. D'Amico here, ready to go over with you day 5 of the orientation unit in Fundations. Let's get started with drill sounds warm up. Ready? Repeat after me. A, apple, a. E, ed, e. I, itch, I. O, octopus, ah. U, up, Very good. Let's just do a few consonants. Ready? Q, U, queen, qu. V, van, v. G, game, g. K, kite, k. And J, jug, j. Very good. Let's do the digraphs real quick. WH, whistle, w. CH, chin, ch. SH, ship, sh. TH, thumb, th. And CK, sock, k. Very good. Okay, so if you were in Fundations today, we all stood up and reviewed the difference between our lines. Okay, so we stood up, and you can do this at home too. Get your hand that you write with out, and you're going to point up high. Okay, skyline, plane line, grass line, worm line. Let's do it again faster. Ready? Go. Skyline, plane line, worm line. No, I said it wrong. Do it again. Skyline, plane line, grass line, worm line. There we go. I got ahead of myself. So we talked about how in our print alphabet letters that are printed, no uppercase letters ever go down to the worm line. But if you think about the lowercase letter G, the hook goes down into the worm line, doesn't it? Or the lowercase letter P, that also. Or the lowercase letter Q. Okay, those are some that go down into that worm line. Today, we wanted to review skyline, plane line, grass line, worm line, because today we started doing a little bit of cursive. Okay, so when we do cursive, and you will need paper and a pencil, we're going to start slowly. We're going to just do one lowercase letter today to get us started. And we're actually going to do the lowercase letter L. It's right here. Okay. So L, you'll notice there is a loop in it. That's why it's in the loop letter row. Okay. And we'll get to these other loop letters later. But today we're just going to focus on creating that lowercase letter L. Okay, so if you can get your pencil, pause the video if you need to, and then join me back with paper and pencil to practice. Okay, to make a lowercase cursive L, start on the grass line. So here I go with my marker on the grass line. I am going to glide up to the skyline. So actually, I have to get over here so I can write better. I don't like writing this way. I need to write this way. Okay. So we're going to glide up to the skyline, loop back down to the grass line, and make a little tail, just like that. Okay, let's try it again. Ready with you? You try it with me. Ready? Start on the grass line. Glide up to the skyline. Loop back down to the grass line and make a tail. Okay, not bad. Do one more. Start at the grass line, glide up to the skyline, loop back down to the grass line, and make a tail. How'd you do? It is a little bit tough at first. Now, this one is actually an easier letter to make, but it just takes practice like everything else we do. So I want to show you what some boys and girls in class today did that maybe we tried to work through, okay? Some friends were going straight up and coming down. In cursive, you'll notice there is a little bit of slant, okay? There's a little bit of slant. It leans a little bit, okay? So we want to get away from the straight up and down letters. Another common issue that we had today was making our loop too big or too small. Some friends were starting on the grass line, going up here, and then they were like making the loop really small. Or some friends were starting and making their loop way too big. You've got to start at the grass line, glide up to the skyline, and loop back down. You've got to practice until your loop is just the right size. Okay, so in class today, I set the timer for 2 minutes while students practice continuously making letter L's on their dry erase boards. And I told them to, pay attention to if they make one and it looks really good, stop and try to recreate it. And honestly, every student in the room got better in those 2 minutes. So yes, to get working on your lowercase letter L's, we're going to try to get them to look more like this one over here. Okay? All right, so if you want to pause the video and try some more lowercase L's and say those steps in your brain, start at the grass line. I better point at this one. These ones are not such good examples. Start at the grass line, glide up to the skyline, loop back down to the grass line, and make a tail. Those are the things that should be going through your brain as you do your cursive L's, okay? And we warned about not doing it too fast, okay? Especially not when we're practicing. So just be careful of that, okay? All right. Now we're going to do a little bit of dictation dry erase. So if you are at home, you just need to get that, maybe use the back of that sheet of paper you were using before. And I'm going to turn the screen to get ready to dictate 3 sounds, 3 real words, and 3 nonsense words. Okay? Join me back when you're ready. Okay, here we go to do some dictation dry erase. And like I said at home, hopefully you're using pencil and paper to do these. The first thing we're going to start with are 3 sounds. I'll say the sound, you repeat it, and you write the letter that makes that sound. First sound, ready? B. Say it. B. Write the letter that says B, please. Very good. Hopefully you wrote B, bat, B, and make sure that your B is not going backwards. Okay? The next sound is G. Say it. G. Write the letter that sounds G, makes that sound. All right, let's see. Did you write G, game, G? Hopefully you did. And the last letter is, be careful on this one, Eh. Eh. Say it. Yeah, those vowels are tricky. They sound similar, so you have to be very precise and hear them carefully. I'll say it one more time. Eh. Hopefully you were able to hear E, ed, eh. All right, and now we're going to give 3 real words. So I'll say the word, you repeat it, we'll tap it together, and then you'll write it down. The first word is dent. Say it. Dent. D, E, N, T. Dent. Write it down when you have those sounds. Okay? If you need to pause it, pause it. And now we'll do the big reveal. Ready? D, E, N, T. Dent. Now, hopefully you could think, what is a dent? Because I said it is a real word. You have to be careful not to bump things into a car like bicycles, because if you do, it could leave a dent, right? Okay, the next word, spot. Say it. Spot. Let's tap it. Spot. Spot. Go ahead and write that word down. Pause if you need. Okay, here's our reveal for spot. 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 How'd you do? All right, and the final real word is flash. Say it. Flash. Let's tap it. Flash. Flash. Write that one down. Pause if you need. Let's reveal it. Flash. Very good. Now, in those 3 real words, show me a 0, 1, 2, or 3 as to how many of those words have a digraph. Hopefully you're holding up 1 because the word that has a digraph in this list is flash. Remember, SH is a digraph. 2 letters that make one brand new sound together. And then my next question, 0, 1, 2, or 3, how many of those words has a blend? Hopefully you're at 3 because look, dent has a consonant blend at the end, spot has one at the beginning, and flash has one at the beginning. So all 3 of those has a blend. All right, get ready, have more room because next we're going to do 3 nonsense words to wrap up our lesson today. Okay, we're going to finish up today's Foundations lesson by giving you 3 nonsense words. So I won't be asking you to come up with sentences for these ones because they aren't real words. The first nonsense word that I want you to write down is MOSP. Say it. MOSP. Tap it. M-A-S-P. MOSP. All right, try it. Pause the video and then join me back for the reveal. Let's see how you did for MOSP. MOSP. Did you get it? All right, the second word is TWEB. Say it. TWEB. Let's tap it. T-W-E-B. TWEB. Try to write that one. TWEB. Let's see how you did. T-W-E-B. TWEB. Did you get it? All right, the very last word is sponge. Say it. Sponge. Tap it. S-P-A-N-G. Sponge. Let's see how you did. There's my word sponge. And I kind of want to fix this because it looks my letters are too squished. There we go, together. All right, 0, 1, 2, or 3. How many of those words have a blend? Show me with your fingers. Just out of these 3 nonsense words, how many have a blend? 3 is right. Look, S-P-T-W-S-P. Now, this was a tricky question today when I asked how many have a digraph, because you want to say yes, one does because of, look, CH. But remember, when it's attached to another consonant, we call that a digraph blend. So this one has a digraph blend, sponge. All right, 3rd grade, thanks for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow to start Unit 1.